Hi, Val Senio here with Royal LePage Gateway Realty. I'm meeting with Daryl here from the Royal Bank. Thank you for coming, Daryl.
Hey, thank you, Val. Pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Okay, so I have a couple questions for you about buyers when they're looking at buying a home. Why should they meet with their bank or mortgage broker first before they start looking at homes or before they contact a realtor? What's beneficial to them to talk to somebody like you before they start looking?
First, that's an excellent question. I'm finding now a lot of days that a lot of people are already educated and they're already going and seeking out a banking professional or a broker, as we discussed earlier, to get pre-approved. And the importance of that is when a realtor wants to assist you, they also want to kind of have an efficient relationship with you. So approaching the mortgage broker or mortgage specialist first allows you to get an actual indication of how much you can spend, and then from there you'll meet with a realtor and they'll show you your properties and have a really good idea of what price range you can afford and where you should be sitting in.
Okay.
So it's very beneficial.
So what would they need to bring to you to get approved, or to let them know how much they can spend? Like, what kinds of documents do you think they would need?
It really depends on their employment situation and how they report their taxes or report their income. For most people, they're employed, so they'll just bring like their T4s from 2018, the last 2 years. It's usually 2 years income. Most of the situations, I'll use a quick formula. So if you're at home and you just want a really good ballpark idea, if you're going to be putting 20% down, you generally can afford 5 times the annual home income, gross income, and then for a default insured, about 4.5 times your annual gross income for the household. And then from that amount, you would subtract your debts, so your liabilities. So let's say if you have a mortgage, line of credit you've got to pay off, cars, loans, that kind of thing.
Right.
And then from that, subtracting those numbers, you'll be left with the amount that you can afford.
Okay. So buying homes, whether you're a first-time home buyer or buying again, it's still 5% down, right?
Still the same.
Yeah, unless it's a rental property or your second home.
So investment properties are 20% down. But what you can do is, a lot of people right now with our soft housing market, they're actually renting out their current primary residence.
Right.
So if you're purchasing another primary residence and leaving this one now as the investment property, 5% down. If you actually want to purchase an additional investment property, that's 20% down. You can sneak around that in some instances by qualifying the new home as a second home. So let's say you have an acreage just outside the city. I've got a client who just did that. Home right in Leduc, acreage outside the city, just to get away and kind of clear her head from the day-to-day stress. Because of that, it's a second home. Second homes are only 5% down. So another way to kind of skirt the 20%.
Because they'll be living in the second home.
Correct. They'll be spending considerable time there.
Right.
Correct.
Awesome. So what are the mortgage rates looking like this year? Are they going up? Are they going down? What is the talk like? What's happening?
This is a great year if you're it's been a seller's market or a buyer's market for a while, but this is probably one of the best years this year. Reason being, housing prices continue to drop again. Going into 2020 here, if you receive your property assessments for Leduc in the Leduc area, you'll notice your assessment's gone down. So housing prices are low. Bank rates right now are almost a full % lower than they were last year.
Wow.
In January and February were the highest, and they're expected to go very low this summer. So perfect conditions that you've got low house prices and very low interest rates. So ideal storm for a real estate agent.
So great time to buy, whether it's a rental property, your first home, or upgrading, to a bigger home. It's a great time to purchase.
Absolutely, fantastic time to purchase.
Awesome. Sounds good. Well, thank you, Daryl, for coming. I appreciate it. And that's again Daryl with Royal LePage. No, I'm with Royal LePage. You're with the Royal LePage.
Daryl, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.